say money can't buy happiness? Look at the fucking smile on my face.
Target locked. Ready to fire.
You can't handle the truth!
Yo, good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Morning Market Report. It is Wednesday, February 18th, and I'm glitchy still today, still max headroom, haven't figured this problem out, but we're going to keep driving on because the background is good, the charts are good, the info is good, and the audience always good. So welcome, everybody, to the Morning Market Report. Let's go ahead and get it. You guys know what time it is. That's in session. Let's get it. As always, Morning Market Report, guys, brought to you by Chart Prime, the indicator of winners. If you want to be a winner, check the description below. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now joining us in here. We got the gang just joining us over here, and of course we got the alumni.
That's my alumni. You know what I mean.
You know I love you guys. Yeah. So today, guys, I got some interesting X posts. We got to talk about what's going on X. Ran Nooner, if you guys don't know who that is, Crypto Ran. Some call him the king of shill. But anyway, he sold everything. And there's some other, a lot of bearish information out right now, which kind of makes me a little more bullish, to be honest. But yeah, a little more bullish than bearish. But hey, let's not make that too big. Go back. Baby, come back. We got to make that smaller again. There we go. And lock it. Lock that thing. There we go. Shout out to everybody in the chat right now. Alexander G's in here. Veritech Bill. Baba Yaz is in the house. We got CJ Taylor. That's my brother. Appreciate him being in here. We've also got, who else? Curtis Hill, Baba Yaz, Harp, Scar, and many more. Who was up here first? I think I saw Loco for Crypto. Actually, Alexander G was first. But shout out to the Mon Queen, Loco for Crypto, Mike Vollmer also coming in here. Appreciate everybody dropping in today and giving your presence, letting your presence be known. It's nice, and I appreciate it. All right, so let's talk about let's talk about the Bitcoin chart first. We'll go into that. And then we'll just get right straight into what's going on in the news. That line we talked about yesterday. Real Wave Cypher. Yo, what's up, dude? What's up, Wave Cypher? How you doing, man? Appreciate you being here, bro. Thanks for stopping by. Dusty Hunt also in here. All important crypto people at Mar-a-Lago today. Interesting. Probably a nothing burger. That's just how it's been with everything so far in crypto this cycle. But looking at Bitcoin, this is the level we talked about yesterday. It's just anchor VWAP, guys. And it is, why are you here? Go away. Shoo. Thank you. Thank you very much. I got stuff popping up over here on my computer and my phone, like telling me stuff. Got an anchored VWAP here. This is the level we talked about yesterday. It's coming in at like 66,700. And this is what we just got our bounce off this morning. Matter of fact, Alex O over there had some different indications going on his chart, and he longed and literally was at this level also. Alex O, crypto, 2 years. Jeez. What's the best cereal, Piper? It's Fruity Pebbles, bro. Shout out to Alex O. Look, he's got that gold. He's got that gold grad cap on there now because he's been on there for 2 years. So I appreciate you being here and sending over the gang. Have you heard your sound effect? Look. Gang. We got the gang audio for you guys now, man. Best cereal is Fruity Pebbles. But I did want to tell you, I don't know if you saw it in the chat when you were live, Alex O, but Frosted Flakes. My mom used to use Frosted Flakes for meatloaf for the sweetener instead of, a little bit of sugar. And crackers, she would use Frosted Flakes. So that was the binder and the sweetener for meatloaf. So there you go. Frosted Flakes, the most versatile cereal of all. Best cereal is chocolate. Best cereal is subjective. Honestly. And someone said eggs and bacon is the best breakfast. Eggs and bacon is the best meal. I love eggs and bacon for dinner. So let's go ahead and talk about the news, guys. We are starting, seeing a little bit of a pump up here. Hitting that daily close from yesterday, that's 67,466. But let's go jump in on the news and let's talk about what we're seeing over there on the side of the news. First of all, looking at into the Cryptoverse metrics today. What are we looking at? $2.32 trillion, guys, is the total crypto market cap right now. Total trend on this coming in at 4.877. So that is the fair value. Let me reload my widget here so I'm not just a floating body over here. There we go. 4.877 is the fair value of crypto right now. We're currently undervalued about 52.42%. We are getting close to hitting that 5x DCA level, coming in at 0.307 right now. Of course, when we hit 0.29, might be time to add another multiplier there on your DCA Piper plan. Full breakdown in the Discord, guys, and it only costs $5. We get traders, some sessions, stock setups, some trades, futures and options trading over there at Crypto Trades, and of course the Piper plan, walking you through how to do a dynamic dollar cost averaging every single week. So if you're interested, $5. $5. If you're not interested, whatever. Don't really care. I don't need your money. Let's go talk about the dominance right now. Looking at Bitcoin dominance right now with stable coins sitting at 58%, without stable coins sitting at 66.39%. Continuing to hold in that 66% range. Where am I getting notifications from? On the Discord. Everybody's messaging. I'm just going to mute you, Discord, for 3 hours. There we go. And JR, I'm live in PA. Got it. Awesome. Awesome. So if you guys don't know, we got right now in the Discord, you've got JR over there trading with everybody in the Discord. So we might go check them out in a little bit. Melissa One Love is sitting in there also. Yeah, 66% holding that range pretty strong there on Bitcoin dominance, guys. Look at the crypto liquidations in the past 24 hours. According to CoinGlass data, in the past 24 hours, 79,944 traders got liquidated. Total liquidations coming in at $194.6 million. Largest single liquidation order was on Binance. It was a Bitcoin trade for a cool $11.87 million. No big deal there. How about the longs versus shorts right now in the past 24 hours? Looking at the 24-hour window, there is $26.12 billion in shorts opened up in volume. There's $25.35 billion in longs. So a lot more shorts than longs there. Well, not a lot, but slight percentage over. More shorts than longs. How about in the past hour? People starting to turn bullish? Yes, more longs than shorts in the past hour. So just enough to get people a little bit of hopium, and then downside coming in. I do think we're going to see some. So do a lot of people on X here. Let's take a look at this. Fear and greed index right now sitting at extreme fear. We're sitting at 8. And I do want to point out, guys, we may have some stuff coming. First of all, U.S. Navy, and we talked about this yesterday. We gave a little geopolitical warning to you guys. It's a warning order for those that don't know. U.S. Navy Ford-class aircraft carrier USS Gerald R. Ford has turned on their AIS as they approach the Strait of Gibraltar. Once the Strait transit is complete at an average speed of 20 knots, they will arrive in the East Mediterranean Sea in about 4 days. Why does this matter? Because according to Axios, there is evidence that U.S. war with Iran is imminent. And Israel is preparing for a scenario of war within days, which is expected to include weeks-long full-fledged war, unlike the Venezuela operations, sources say. Joint U.S.-Israeli campaign that is much broader in scope than the 12-day war in June. And U.S. Armada, that's a fleet of ships, now consists of 2 aircraft carriers, 12 warships, hundreds of fighter jets, and multiple air defense systems. More than 150 U.S. military cargo flights have moved weapons systems and ammunition to the Middle East recently, and another 50 fighter jets in 24 hours, including F-35s, F-22s, and F-16. Oil prices are surging above $64 a barrel on the news. If this happens, this is the scenario that causes another sell-off in the market. So more reasons to be a little bit cautious. Now, I won't say, sell everything, but you definitely need to be cautious. Unlike this guy who has no humility. Guys, I had to share this. Cloud9 Market said, are you guys still bullish on Pulse Chain and Richard Hart? Will your investment make you like this? What a freaking tool. Alex O, is this going to be you one day? Is this going to be you one day, Alex O? Let me know in the chat, man. Property taxes. Check this out. For everybody in New York, this is your mayor. said that, you know, hey, we're going to get this. Everything's going to be good. We're going to have all of this nice life here in New York. Yeah, for the people that don't pay the bills. For the people that pay the bills, it's going to suck. Just in, we are forced to raid the rainy day fund, retiree health benefits, trust reserve, and to increase property taxes. Let's listen in here. Of course, you don't want to play.
This fiscal year and the next fiscal year, we are forced to raid the rainy day fund, the retiree health benefits trust reserve, and to increase property taxes across these other years. What we would rather do is ensure that they remain as they are.
If you live in New York, I apologize, but that's the plan there. Going to raise your property taxes. Bitcoin, this little Rect Capital listing here. Bitcoin enjoying a brief post-crash rebound and subsequent stability in very similar fashion to the 2022 cycle, where we had some support, came down lower after it got rejection and continued lower. If Bitcoin perfectly follows the 2022 history, then additional bearish acceleration could take place as early as next month in March, guys. He's got this little line here where you had your support range from the previous dip, and then the trend line creating this wedge. It broke through that level and continued on down. He's saying that is where we currently are. Of course, we're talking about a $42,000 bottom here on the show. That's the support line that I would be watching. If we start breaking below that, definitely buy areas, in my opinion, at that level. So, but that's what he's saying there on Rect Capital. What else we got in here? Rand Nooner. This is the one I was talking about at the beginning. I liquidated almost my entire crypto portfolio, not because I'm bearish, not because I got wiped out, but because of what just happened didn't behave like a normal cycle move. We went from $126,000 to the 200-week moving average in 4 months. Okay? That's what he's saying. 4 months is what it took for us to go from October to now, right? In 2018, that move took a year. In 2022, it took 30 weeks. This time it happened at a record speed. No blow off top, no retail euphoria, no clear catalyst that everyone agrees on, just a violent repricing through every major level. Fear and greed hit single digits, and unlike previous crashes, nobody can clearly explain what broke. Quantum risk, Bitcoin is felling, the debasement test, funds are unwinding, and AI is pulling capital away. Regulation uncertainty, when narratives fragment and conviction disappears, your job isn't to guess the story, it's to manage exposure. And I've talked about this numerous times. I normally would not talk too much about Rand and on the show. However, he is absolutely right here, guys, that managing your exposure, protecting your capital is a very important thing. So he made a decision. Instead of sitting there hoping everything comes back, I closed almost every position that I had. I didn't want 30 tokens that might recover. I wanted a small number of assets that will still be relevant, whether this cycle extends, resets, or structurally changes. So I concentrated on just 11 positions built to survive if we go lower and perform if we bottom here. In my new video, I break down blah, 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 blah. Yeah, whatever. Same thing we talk about here all the time on the show, guys, that look, you don't want to be sitting there watching your numbers go down. That's why we took profit here back in January 2025 on all altcoins, sold everything on Bitcoin, minus one buy-in of a weekly DCA on Bitcoin in October on the 6th before the drop. So we were safe from that. And started our DCA. And as I've said in the video earlier this week, we have done 19, now 20 weekly dollar cost averages have been conducted. And at this time, none of them have moved us into profit. So we are continuing this downside move. I did cut my dollar cost average in half. So instead of 1,000 as the base, meaning on a 2x, it's $2,000, right? Because I have all those profits from where I sold at 126,000. Now I'm looking at it from the perspective of doing 500 a week. And so that keeps a lot more dry powder for when we do actually find the bottom. So, and right now I continue to tell you guys I'm not interested in any altcoins right now. I'm only interested in Bitcoin. Once Bitcoin shows a break of structure and shows strength, then I will be very interested in some altcoins, and we'll start adding those. But Willie Woo also adding to this, he said, I have bad news for the perma bulls. Bitcoin is still strengthening its bear trend. Volatility is a key metric used by quants to detect trends, and volatility is what we talk about here all the time. The VIX, the volatility index. And that's also what creates very fast movements, like Rand was saying. That's why I put all this stuff together. Very quick movements. We've seen a very fast fall to the 200 that we have not seen in previous cycles. Bitcoin entered its bear market when volatility spiked upward quickly. Volatility then continues to climb, meaning the bear trend is strengthening. So as it keeps going up, it means the bear market is getting stronger also. When volatility finds a peak in the mid to late phase bear market, that's when the bear trend starts to weaken. We usually see a second or third smaller peak at the macro bottom. These peaks reflect capitulation. And you can see here, previous cycle, we peaked, came down, we still had a bear market after that. Peaked, bear market continuation. We're not even getting there yet, guys. We're not even to the top of the volatility here on what we've seen in previous bear markets. So yeah, he's thinking perma bulls, strap in, because there's more coming. So there you go. That's what I wanted to talk about there. I wanted to also show this. This is a pretty interesting video. The next industry, AI, will disrupt Hollywood, is finding out in real time. This was actually pretty scary. This is an AI produced video of Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt in a fight.
15-second clip released late last week seemed to have all the hallmarks of a big Hollywood studio. Two mega famous leading men in Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt, a choreographed fight scene, sweeping camera moves, sound effects, even a musical score. But here's the thing. It was all generated by AI, and Hollywood is not happy. Here's Jolene Kent.
At first glance, it looks like an epic fight scene starring two Hollywood heavyweights. But this Tom Cruise-Brad Pitt battle is AI generated. ByteDance, the Chinese tech company behind TikTok, just rolled out their new AI video generator, Cdance 2.0. The viral video sparked yet another round of backlash and despair in Hollywood. Rhett Reese, a screenwriter behind the Deadpool movies, posted, I hate to say it, it's likely over for us. In a statement, SAG-AFTRA, the actors union, called the video unacceptable and said it undercuts the ability of human talent to earn a livelihood. ByteDance responded, saying they are now taking steps to prevent the unauthorized use of intellectual property and likeness by users.
Why do you think the reaction was so intense?
I think because it was so brazen. Hollywood is going through a lot of difficult changes.
What does this type of technology do to entertainment jobs in the next year?
There will be fewer jobs in Hollywood. There already were fewer jobs. And the shame of it really will be that the below the line people, the craftsmen, the camera people, the catering people, those are the people who are going to be affected the most.
Don't leave me.
Jolene Kent, CBS News, Los Angeles.
A 15.
So yeah, what do you guys think about that? Do you think that it's okay for AI to replace this whole industry? Hey guys, in late fiat interruption. Ugh. What's up, Steve Hickey? How you doing, man? What do you guys think? Is this a wake-up call for all of Hollywood that like to sit there and tell us how we're supposed to be living our life while they live in their multi-million-dollar mansions? Is this, yeah, exactly, F Hollywood people? That's what I think. But I do feel for, the jobs that come along with that industry. This is just another example of what I think is going to happen. I think that I think we have a lot of problems ahead in the world of jobs and labor market. And this is just another example of what's going to affect that. And like you said, it's not really just the actors. It's the caterer, the camera, the boom mask guys, the prop sets up guys, all the people that do all that work behind the scenes before that actor ever steps up there and makes $1 million to talk. You've been replaced. You've been replaced. Look, everything in history has been replaced by the next level. There was a time that humans were all that remained, were mammals were all that remained pretty much on the earth, and they crawled out of their holes and they were able to have a couple of 100,000 years of evolution growth because their predators disappeared. This is the predator of the acting era. This is everyone's in trouble, and AI is coming to take their lunch. So there you go. Let's take a look over here and see what the stock market's looking like this morning. Dow Jones currently sitting up about 0.5%, 0.47. S&P is up 0.68, and the NASDAQ up about 1% today on the daily here. Russell 2K doing well. Small caps taking off. Here's that volatility index. It might be down 6.41% today, but that's just enough to give people hopium, flood back in before another pullback in the markets. And right now, sitting at 18.97, it's still above that 17 mark. Let's go take a look at the bonds, how they look at today. People are selling that off a little bit, moving back in the stocks. A little bit of hopium, fueling their sell-off of the 10-year yield, which is why it's green, because it's the sell-off causes the interest in that to go up so that they can entice people to buy back. So oil also, we just talked about this with all of the geopolitical stuff going on over with Iran right now, up to almost $65 a barrel. You can still buy a whole barrel of oil for 1 ounce of silver, so that's good at least. Speaking of silver, let's take a look here. Silver is up 6% today to $78. Gold is up 2.43, back above $5,000 there. Copper's to the upside by 2.37%. Platinum and palladium both up about 5% each. A little bit under on platinum, a little bit over on palladium, both moving to the upside. Crypto bubbles. How's the crypto world looking today? Not bad. Not bad. Bitcoin's up 1.1%. Ethereum is up 1.9%. I am still in my Ethereum short bot, and I don't plan on closing that out because it's really being hedged against my it's hedged against my Bitcoin buy-in. So whatever. If Bitcoin goes up, it's going to make more money with what I've bought in Bitcoin so far than what my Ethereum short's going to lose. So I'm going to keep that short running for a while. It's now up 2.2% on the daily for Ethereum. XRP is up 2%. BNB is up 1. Tron slightly up. Dogecoin up 1.1. Any big movers in here? Big movers? Not really. Monero's 2.6%. Nothing to write home to mom about. This is crypto. Those are rookie numbers. Those are rookie numbers.
I pump those numbers up. Those are rookie numbers in this racket.
That's what we're seeing on the crypto side today. Just a slight uptick. We do have some data here that came in off of housing permits and durable goods. Don't really care about the housing stuff too much, but the durable goods orders, that's a big drop there. There's actually a revision from 5.3% upwards to 5.4. Thought it would come in at -2, -3.4, still coming in at -1.4, and not looking the greatest. Let's go ahead and ask Pam for a breakdown on this. Hey, Pam. We're live here on Piper Academy right now. We got the alumni here. How you doing today?
I'm doing great. Hello to the alumni out there. Always a pleasure. Let's bring them some insight. What's the agenda for today's session?
So we're looking at this durable goods orders data that came in this morning. Are you tracking that?
Absolutely. I've got it in front of me. If you're live, I can break down what the headline drop means versus the core X transport figure and what signals the market might take from that. Let me know how deep.
Yeah, we're live on that, so go for it.
All right, so headline durable goods orders fell 1.4%, but that's largely driven by volatile transportation categories. If you strip those out, X transport, orders actually rose 0.9%. That suggests core business investment is still positive, implying some underlying confidence. So not a broad slowdown, more of a mixed picture.
And the market seemed to be pumping off of that. Does that sound about like what you would expect to see?
It makes sense. Markets often react positively when core demand looks stable. With X transport rising, it signals businesses aren't slashing investment. So yes, equities typically see that as a green light. However, keep an eye on future data. One release isn't the whole economy story.
Awesome. Appreciate you. Thanks. And we'll go ahead and head back on into the show.
You've got it. Glad I could add some context. Go knock it out of the park with the rest of the show.
So yeah, there you go. Pam basically breaking that negative number on durable goods, but because when you take out transportation, and we've talked previously about the idea of the trucking industry, we're seeing a lot of sales of large trucks coming down big time. Take that stuff out. Durable goods, excluding transportation, actually doing pretty decent and seeing an upside move. So things like your dishwashers and refrigerators, stuff like that, all being bought up. Things that have to do with transportation, not in the mix there. Take that stuff out, and it's actually not too bad today. So we are going to get some other data this week. Looking here at Friday, tomorrow, of course, Thursday, we are going to get other data, but nothing big like we're going to get on Friday. Friday, we're going to get core PCE, and that's going to be our inflation data. And according to this, does look like core PCE is going to be a little bit higher heading into the next month. So for February, for the December data coming out now in February, looking like core PCE going to be slightly higher, meaning inflation is rearing its ugly head. So, of course, how does that make us look at the rate cut possibilities? Looking at the most recent data here, 94.1% chance that we do not get a rate cut in March. So, price mirrors 2021 structure as 30-month cycle points to 2028. Let's talk about this data here, guys. Basically what we're seeing here, first top shock repeats. Based on analyst theory, March 2021 gave us the first major top because at that time, the momentum overheated, retail was euphoric, and RSI stretched thin. They're actually talking, I'll just summarize this up for you. They are talking about more downside, creating a bullish divergence. Of course, they've got this coming in somewhere in the range of about 60,000 for a bottom. I think we see lower than that, but they're thinking that we start to get this bearish divergence off the RSI and see a lot like we saw back in the previous cycle here, where we came out of that October 2021, November 2021, and then got a divergence. I will point out, he said second top was in October 2021. It was actually November 2021. So if you're looking for accuracy, maybe don't worry too much about the timelines he's looking at here, but he's seeing a bullish divergence bottom, and he thinks that's what we're going to see here with RSI. He thinks that we don't see our next top until 2028, which is very possible, but I think it's likely going to be 2029 that we're going to be looking at there on that. So, and then altcoins face the worst sell pressure in crypto history with $209 billion in outflows, guys. Altcoin sell pressure has surpassed 2022 bear market and the FTX crash, hitting levels never recorded before. In fact, we'll look at some alts here in a minute. A lot of your altcoins haven't done well since January of 2025. When I sold, I said I would buy back if I saw strength, and I never ever saw strength again that made me want to buy in. And by the time that I did see strength, I was pretty much heavy in just Bitcoin for that final run. So I think that this has been going on for a lot longer than people think, because if anything, at the peak of the market around October, all we saw was a lower high on most of your altcoins. So altcoin market just set a new record that no one wanted. Crypto assets outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum have now closed 5 consecutive months in the red, a streak that has no precedent in crypto history. He also pointed out, this is Van de Pop, pointed out in social media interest in crypto has dropped to extremely low levels too. We actually see that over here. If we look at the wristbands, social, let's go check this one out. This has social media on it also. Where are we? Price metrics, on-chain, social metrics. Look at the wristband for social metrics. It's at 0. Look here, and you can see, like, this is so low. We've never been this low in social metrics. And this has to do with exactly what they were referring to in that article. We've never seen it like this before. $209 billion in altcoin selling. The selling pressure behind the streak is even more alarming, according to crypto quant data, revealing that altcoins have faced nonstop dumping for over a year. 13th consecutive month, alts have sold nonstop. And this is exactly what I'm seeing when I say I have no interest in altcoins for DCA. Seeing if I'm missing anything over here in the... What up, Pipers? What's up? What up, 2Dub? 2Dub? Drop the 2Dubs in the chat for Wick's wife. If you guys don't know, I'll show you. This here. There you go. That there. That's Wick's wife. That's 2Dub. So as the bottom closed, despite the brutal data, Van de Pop is not writing altcoins off. His chart marks the current altcoin market cap zone around $714 billion as I buy in the dip area. If this monthly candle can climb up slightly over the course of the next few weeks, the chances of a correction to be over have significantly increased. And I don't think that's the case. I don't think that's the case. I don't think we see a bottom until summertime. In the summer is where I'll actually look at that. What else we have here? Bitcoin stuck below 70K. Analyst Willie Woo, and we just saw this post on X. Warren's bear phase may not be over yet. Willie Woo said macro bottoms often followed repeated volatility spikes and retail capitulation. In an exclusive interview with Stockwitz, Kinsella highlighted growing demand for inflections, quantum sensing technology, quantum advantage, 100 logic, whatever. Fresh off its New York Stock Exchange debut on Tuesday, Inflection is tuning its attention to the road ahead. Where is the Willie Woo piece in here, man? I had it in here. Now you like switched articles. There's some news out there doing this. Well, they'll start with one segment that everyone has an interest in, and then they'll flip it into this. So yeah, how about you get out of here? Let's do that. See ya. Matter of fact, I put this reader on because it was so bad on what it was doing in here with all the ads and stuff. So yeah. Anyway, Willie Woo thinks that we still have more bear market coming. He doesn't think that it's over yet. According to Willie Woo, who is still, we are still in bear face regime with volatility increasing rather than contracting. The pattern is typically associated with a trend continuation to lower bottoms. And so there's all of that. There we go. Perfect. Let's get over here to Solo Cam. Let's talk about it, and then we'll get over here and look at the charts. How's my Bitcoin trade? I'm still $200 up on my Bitcoin trade. That's cool. I mean, not Bitcoin, Ethereum short. My Ethereum short still up $205. Well, let it ride. Like I said, just let it ride. Let it ride. Yeah, Bitcoin, man. Bitcoin getting a bounce off that VWAP still, but it's holding underneath that daily close, or above that daily close. It's holding beneath the VWAP's median line. It's mean average there. So let's go take a look at some alts, and then we'll come back and look at chat. Let's do that. Because I want to talk about the alts and how they have been performing, because they're talking about 13 months, and I'm going to show you guys. I'm going to put this on weekly, and we're going to go to like, let's go to Solana. January is where I sold 2025. Disconnect. Quit trying to connect. Thank you. This is where I sold my Solana back in January of 2025, which would be here. Okay. So again, all we did in October, make a lower high, September, I guess. Let's go look at ADA. December, January. Okay, we had a higher high in March, barely. It was a swing fell pattern, came and grabbed liquidity. And then October on, again, this is just a lower high. So really, since January 2025, guys, well over 13 months. So I guess that would be 13 months. Yeah, downtrend since 13 months. That's exactly what we've seen. Let's go look at XRP. XRP, of course, we had that big crazy wick there. But there's July 2025. There's January 2025. That made a slight higher, again, swing fell pattern before dropping. So overall, if you got out in January 2025, you were damn near the top, despite even some of these outliers that bounced back up into that space. Let's go over here and check out the chat. Oh, trade intuition. Dude, you got to stop with all that. I appreciate you, but you got to stop. You got to stop. Sent 5 Piper Academy gifted memberships. Very, very, very kind of you, man. Mike Vollmer picking up 1. Bearded Mac Mike picking up 1. Mark Gustafson. Sergio, and Sabas Crypto for the win. All picking up gifted memberships. But I appreciate you, bro. Really not necessary, though. You got here. I'll send 5 also from Piper Academy. How about that? You got things you got to do with your money. You got to get yourself positioned. I'm all about people positioning for their future to be stronger. Why did it say something went wrong? Why is something wrong? Let's see. Try that again. There we go. Piper Academy gifted 5 memberships. Let's see who gets these. Mortimer Duke. Hey, what's up, man? Ionit, Blue Collar Traders, Randy picked up 1, and King Von Trades. I'll appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm all about you guys getting yourselves positioned for a better future, stronger future. That's just That's how I am. That's why I made my Discord $5, man. I'm not trying to take money from people. I'm trying to help them get ahead. So I wanted it to be cheap. I wanted it to be cheap. And I'm not doing we have one trader in there. Matter of fact, let's go over and jump in with that trader and see what he's doing. Let me see here. Discord. Bring that over here. I'm going to go in on Discord here. Piper Academy.
Yeah. Yo, Piper, what up?
Yo, what's up, dude? We got the whole Discord here.
Just hanging out with just chilling.
You working some trades over here or what, man?
Army?
What's up, everybody? Hi,
Yeah.
Melissa.
There's two Melissas. Hello.
Hey, what's up, One Love? How you doing?
Hello.
Yeah, he's got some trades working over here. Guys, this is the type of stuff that goes on in our Discord. JR just randomly over here doing trade setups. And that looks like you have a trade right now in profit there. That's beautiful.
Yeah, Bitcoin, Solana's in profit. Pippin, not so much. Well, mine is, but River's in profit. Sonic Short's in profit.
Nice.
Sami Long is in profit. Plays jogging around entry. MMT Short's in profit.
If you guys don't know, JR, he works in a pool sector, installing like hot tubs and stuff up in Canada. Nobody's buying hot tubs when it's like, 6 foot of snow outside and they got to fight off polar bears to do the work. So JR is making all of his money trading right here in our Discord. So if you guys are interested, $5 again, $5 down below. $5, that's it. And you get access to the Piper plan, JR and their trading. Stock setups with crypto trades. Of course, we got BC Port Corp at all of his stock stuff over there too. So we get a lot of value. I just wanted to drop in and say hey, let everybody see you over here. What's up, JR? Any advice for what you think is going to happen with the markets today before we drop off with you?
I was looking for a continuation up, I think here. Oh, maybe down actually. USDT looks like it's gonna pump, so I'm looking for a pullback soon. It looks like it started.
Yep, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking it's very short-lived today. So, shout out to you though, JR, my ninja. Appreciate you. We're gonna have you on here on Friday. Actually, on the live stream, he's gonna be a Friday regular. But I'll let you get back to it. So all these beautiful people, Trade Intuition, One Love, 50 Exaholic in there, and then Melissa, how you doing, lady? You guys have a good one, and we'll holler at y'all later. You guys are live right now. If you guys don't know, all of you on here are live on the live stream. So we'll catch you guys in a bit. Bye. So yeah, that's what's going on over in our Discord. I told you there's traders over there. He's in there. He's in there trading right now. So I had to go drop in and say hey to him. But guys, while I'm watching for support, and this is the big thing I want to point out here on a weekly chart. This is the whole thumbnail, that Bitcoin balancing on the weekly chart here. Our 200-week moving average, right? This is your EMA, your 200-week EMA, and this is what Rand was also talking about, that we raced down to in a very quick period. You can see in order to get there from here, we had a much better rally from the top back in 2021. We bounced off of the 100, rejected off that 52-week, and then came down. It took a long time for us to get there, 30 weeks to hit that 200. We hit this thing super fast, did not get the relief rally that even brought us back to the 200. Matter of fact, when we were talking about this, I said, watch the bull market support band, daily dynamic reactor, and the 52. And it was just that dynamic reactor that we hit on the daily before coming down. Now we're at this, we're losing it. If we close our weekly this coming weekend below the 200, and we fail to get back above it next week, we're very likely at least heading down to 58,000. That's going to be your 200-week simple moving average. And if we lose that, then we have to assume that we are looking at, where is it? Baby, come back. Where are you? We have to assume that we're looking at the fib levels. Is it in here? Yes, it is. That would be the golden pocket. If we lose that, we're looking at 53,000. And I think we absolutely have to consider that the 786 is in play at that point, which is bringing us down to that $40,000 range. We've seen that over here. This is your long-term holders range. We've always come back to that we've always come back to that to have as a level of buy-in. So that one's at 40,000. And then of course, over here on into the Cryptoverse, we've got the terminal terminal. This one has always been hit at those levels also. So let me find the terminal chart here. Work with me here. Hash ribbons, gas, terminal price. Terminal price charts have always come down and hit this gold band every single cycle. And that one right now is coming in at like 39,000. So given the $42,000 target is absolutely a fair level to think that we're going to hit if we lose this 200 week. And currently we're at it right now. So we'll have to watch and see what happens. But shout out to everybody that joined us here today. Wick's wife, French Toasters in here, Robert Mulligan, Crunk619, Shamitris, what's up? How you doing? Big ups, JR. He's doing great things over there. Trade Intuition, TIJ, appreciate you, man. And everybody else that's in here, all the new members, if you're a new member, that gives you access. That Piper Academy $5 membership there gives you access to the entire Discord. So make sure you go and connect your Discord to that. Give my son some daps here. What's up, son? How you doing? He's heading. Are you heading out? Oh, you just chill. Oh, you're going to go game? Cool. All right. So the son's going to go game. I'm going to go order some Coca-Cola from Costco, and we're going to call it a day here, guys. I appreciate everyone joining us here. Shout out to everybody that hit that like button today. If you haven't done so yet, smash the like. I hate asking you, but guys, it really does help a lot. And I'm trying to build something here so that we can grow and reach more people, so I can teach more people at least how to protect their wealth, even if we ain't making money right now. We're protecting our wealth, and that is making money instead of losing money, in my opinion. So I'll catch everybody back here tomorrow. No big news data tomorrow, but we'll be back here 10:15 a.m. Tomorrow morning. Until then, guys, trade safe, use some risk management. If you're a member, get your ass in the Discord. If you want to be a member, get the membership and get your ass in the Discord, and we'll catch you guys then. Peace, love, profits. We're out.
That's the rap. Chart stack data never lie. Piper led the mission, OC in the sky. Spaghetti on the screen, but the vision stay prime. Chart prime visual, signals on time. Alumni strong, we built from the grind. Lessons in the market that'll outlive time. Knowledge is profit, you know how we run. Till the next one, stay sharp, get it done.
You can't handle the truth. Emotional damage.
We'll see you at the next
Don't
one.
know what the fuck they're doing.
Morning market report out.
Boom shakalaka.
We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report out. We'll see you at the next one. Morning market report. Ow.
That was awesome, dude.
Hey, it didn't break. What else you got?